The state of Washington is blessed with landscapes, whether created by nature or by humans, that are not only scenic but perfect for outdoor recreation. But that's not all the evergreen state has to offer. Welcome to WatchZilla. Today we are going to explore the nature lover's dream, Washington State. The natural scenery in the state is some of the most breathtaking and awe-inspiring in the entire United States. From famous sites in Seattle to undiscovered islands, bays and parks, Washington State is home to many beautiful places to visit. The cities in Washington are as impressive as the nature and include Seattle, the state's largest city, and Olympia, the state's capital. Whether you like the view from the top of Seattle's Space Needle or shopping at the bustling Pike Place Market, Washington State has something for everyone. There are a great number of national parks in Washington, some well-known and others less so, but all are equally impressive and worth a trip. Plan a weekend trip to Spokane, Vancouver, Leavenworth, Ellensburg, Walla Walla and other unique towns surrounded by vineyards and stunning scenery. Number 10. Mount BAKER-SNOQUALMIE National Forest. The Mount BAKER-SNOQUALMIE National Forest runs along the slopes of the Cascade Mountains, with North Cascades National Park to the south and the Canadian border to the north. The National Forest was established in 1907, encompassing an area of more than 1.7 million acres. Because of its size, the park divides into 4 distinct ranger zones. The forest is also known for having the most glaciers outside of Alaska. With glacier-covered peaks, meadows and old-growth forests, it's one of the most visited forests in the nation. The landscape is dominated by forest-covered areas of mountains, valleys, lowlands, and hills. The wide range of recreational opportunities include numerous hiking trails, forest cabin rentals, alpine climbing, and one of the best ski resorts in Washington State. Moreover, there are many notable peaks from the Cascade Range include within the park, such as Mount Baker Volcano, a namesake peak of the park, and Glacier Peak Volcano. A significant portion of the forest is designated as a wilderness area. The diverse landscape and elevation zones of the park make it the perfect habitat for lots of wildlife and flora. It also contains several campgrounds for people who wish to stay overnight. On the Mount Baker Highway, the town of Glacier is the closest base camp to the peak. The very small town does offer limited amenities, such as restaurants and lodging. Number 9. Spokane. Eastern Washington is notably different than the west side of the state. After Seattle, Spokane is the largest city in Washington, and it is located in the eastern portion of the state close to the border with Idaho. The weather is considerably sunnier, farmland dots much of the landscape, and the population is less dense in much of the region, besides in the major cultural hub of Spokane. Spokane offers a diverse selection of activities for weekend visitors, including many outdoor attractions, as well as a small but select number of cultural activities. In Spokane, you can visit the Riverfront Park, which was home to the 1974 World's Fair, and stroll along the banks of the scenic Spokane River. Some of the city's top attractions include the John A. Finch Arboretum, the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture and Spokane Falls. Riverfront Park lies at the heart of Spokane, covering over 100 acres and encompassing the sensational Spokane Falls. You can enjoy visiting all the park attractions on foot or get a great aerial view from the Spokane Falls skyride. Nature lovers can make their way to the John A. Finch Arboretum to enjoy a spectacular display of trees and shrubs or visit Monito Park, which houses a conservatory filled with tropical plants in the midst of beautiful landscape gardens. Hikers can tackle the 40-mile paved Centennial Trail along the scenic Spokane River in Riverside State Park. Thrill seekers can enjoy an exciting zip-line adventure with Mica Moon Zip Tours or try their hand at whitewater rafting along an impressive 8-mile stretch of the Spokane River with Row Adventure Center. The Mount Spokane Ski and Snowboard Park becomes a hive of activity during winter. The Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture is an impressive museum which includes 5 underground galleries and an outdoor amphitheater. Finally, round off your weekend by attending a performance of the Spokane Symphony Orchestra at the historic Martin Wilson Theater at the Fox. You may also want to check out some of the city's popular golf courses or take a tasting tour through some of the many breweries that have popped up in the Spokane in recent years. Number 8. Bellingham. Bellingham is a city in the northwest of the state located between Seattle and Vancouver. Approximately a half hour from the Canadian border, the northern city of Bellingham is enveloped by evergreen trees and Mount Baker. North of Seattle and a great access point for Mount Baker, the city of Bellingham has many top attractions worth exploring. Surrounded by the waterways of Puget Sound, Bellingham has developed a strong reputation as a mecca for paddlers, but also offers a diversity of cultural and artistic pursuits. Bellingham is most known for quick access to many outdoor recreational sites, along with having several local attractions as well. Bellingham derives its name from the Bellingham Bay. The bay, which was once surrounded by multiple cities and towns, is now a destination for enjoying boat cruises and fishing. Some of the favorite local tourist activities include exploring some of the city's history with historical walks and tours to notable buildings or visiting the museums. For a quick introduction to this corner of the Pacific Northwest, stroll through Fairhaven Historic District and duck into local art galleries or catch some sun on a restaurant patio. 2 points of interest, in particular, are the Spark Museum of Electrical Invention and the Wacom Museum. Known as a more hippie section of the state, it's also the location of Western Washington University. Out of downtown, Western Washington University has amassed an excellent outdoor sculpture collection among its academic offerings, and its campus is dotted with works small and large. Another popular outdoor attraction is Wacom Falls Park, with its 4 sets of falls and numerous walking trails. Wacom Falls Park, where you can swim, fish or picnic close to the Wacom Creek Gorge and several beautiful waterfalls, is a good place to enjoy a variety of outdoor activities. In the surrounding area, visitors can take scenic drives through the mass fields of Skagit Valley tulips in spring or follow the twisting, narrow route of Chuckanut Drive year-round. At Larrabee Park, you can combine nature and history by hiking along the rocky coastline, and Mount Baker offers skiing and snowboarding in winter or cycling and camping on summer. Visitors can take a ferry to the San Juan Islands, famous for its rich biodiversity and whale watching. Another major attraction is the North Cascades, a mountain range extending between the US and Canada, with many high peaks for mountain climbing and hiking. When you are ready to move indoors, you can visit the Wacom Museum of History and Art to see the impressive Lightcatcher building, where an enormous wall of curved glass floods the interior with natural light. Families can take the children to the Mindport Arts and Sciences Museum for some hands-on learning fun. Number 7, Port Angeles. An essential destination on Washington's Olympic Peninsula is Port Angeles. Situated in the heart of Washington state's beautiful Olympic Peninsula, Port Angeles has something special to offer each and every tourist. One of the best small towns to visit in Washington state, Port Angeles is also home to many great hotels, eateries, and a waterfront downtown district. It has views of the Olympic Mountains to the south, while the Canadian city of Victoria sits on the other side of the Strait of Juan de Fuca. Port Angeles is the largest city with Clallam County, yet only having just over 20,000 residents. The city, however, is famous port city and linked to other popular tourist areas in Washington, such as Seattle, via the state ferry system. Port Angeles is also where ferries depart for Victoria, Canada. Port Angeles is a popular day trip destination for tourists in the region to experience some of the best outdoor recreational activities in the state. Energetic visitors can enjoy a variety of active holiday pursuits, such as ocean and lake kayaking, mountain biking and paddle boarding lessons and equipment on site. It's also an access point to Olympic National Park, including nearby areas like Hurricane Ridge. In addition to outdoor activities, the town includes local attractions. The Visitors Center is a wealth of information on the best hiking routes and where to see different wildlife. At this high alpine recreation area, hiking trails fan out from the visitor center leading to wildflower meadows in spring. You can go cycling along the Discovery Trail or enjoy unlimited hiking, bird watching and fishing in nearby Olympic National Park or at Hurricane Ridge. Or, you can simply relax on a beautiful beach, explore the rock pools and enjoy the wonderful seascapes. Art lovers are in for a treat at the Port Angeles Fine Arts Center and Webster's Woods, where an excellent selection of art by Northwest artists is exhibited, along with over 100 sculptures in the surrounding 5-acre Webster's Wood. You can do a walking tour of the downtown area to see the art on the Town Outdoor Sculpture Gallery, and the Clallam County Historical Society's museum at the Carnegie is well worth a visit to learn about the history of the area. In addition, you can go on a heritage tour of the downtown historic district, choose a whale watching excursion, visit the Fierro Marine Life Center on the waterfront, or go antique hunting and shopping in downtown. The city is also nearby to Marymere Falls. Several boat tours leave from the port, with easy access to the Pacific Ocean. It's also home to several famous athletes, musicians, and writers, most notably John Elway, a former NFL star. Number 6, Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument became one of the top tourist attractions in Washington state only decades after its catastrophic eruption. Accessible from Seattle on a day trip, but also the perfect place to spend a few nights, Mount St. Helens boasts a number of interesting and scenic attractions for visitors. Driving through Mount St. Helens National Monument provides a unique and breathtaking perspective of the damage caused at the time of the 1980 eruption, and also a glimpse into the amazing healing abilities of nature. When Mount St. Helens explosively erupted on May 18, 1980, it reduced the peak by 1,300 feet and leveled much of the surrounding area. A cloud of ash rose 13 miles into the air. Almost 150 square miles of forest was destroyed, houses were overwhelmed by masses of water and mud, and 57 people lost their lives. Following the Mount St. Helens 1980 eruption, a monument was created in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest to act as a place of exploration and learning. The landscape of Mount St. Helens today is still rebounding from the massive event, and visitors are encouraged to learn more about the geological processes still underway at the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. The Learning Center shows how the surrounding ecosystem has reacted over time. The environment is a major research area, while also providing an attraction for tourists to learn more about the eruption, information about the volcano, and incredible viewpoints of the now beautiful scenery. Today, approximately 750,000 people visit the site of the still active volcano. Set aside for both research and recreation purposes, all the best hiking trails at Mount St. Helens provide interpretive information and a first-hand look at the destruction. Several other hiking trails wind around the mountain and to various natural landmarks. It is even possible to climb Mount St. Helens, though permits are required. One of the most popular visitor activities at the monument is mountain climbing to the volcano's summit. Visitor centers along Spirit Lake Highway provide further insight into the disaster, including Johnston Ridge Observatory, where it is possible to peer into the crater on a clear day. The Johnston Ridge Observatory boasts spectacular vantage points of the north side of Mount St. Helens, as well as an extensive visitor center. Parts of the monument area are accessible via vehicle traffic. For those who want to enjoy the volcano from a distance, the monument includes an observation deck for the best views of Mount St. Helens, a visitor center, and multiple campgrounds. Other points of interest near the volcano include Coldwater Lake, Lava Canyon Trail, and Ape Cave. Number 5. North Cascades National Park. North Cascades National Park is one of the best places to visit when you're in Washington. Escape to North Cascades National Park for an outdoor adventure beyond your expectations. The North Cascades are one of the most unspoiled tracts of country in the United States. This national park is the largest park in the North Cascades Range, known for its beautiful scenery. Anglers, walkers, and nature lovers are all catered for in the national park, which shares a border with British Columbia, Canada. The park includes two sections, a north and south region, divided by the Skagit River. A drive through the park on the North Cascades Scenic Byway is rewarded with some fantastic views. More than half of all the glaciers found in the continental United States are located within the North Cascades National Park in Washington. It has a diverse landscape of mountainous peaks, forest, and extensive glacial system. Most of the park is designated as wilderness and undeveloped. The varied landscape is popular for research of the biodiversity for flora and fauna in the park. Wolverines are rare. The park is also home to a staggering amount of wildlife, including animals like grizzly bears, gray wolves, and lynx. A majority of the park is left untouched for the preservation of the landscape. Visitor permits are required to explore certain areas of the park. There are hundreds of lakes, ponds, and other water systems. There is so much to do in this scenic and pristine wilderness that you will not know where to start, so it is a good idea to stop by a visitor center on arrival to get all the information you need for an enjoyable visit. It provides guided tours from experienced park rangers. Some of the top activities in the park include mountaineering, hiking, horseback riding, cycling, and backcountry camping. Ross Lake and Thunder Creek Trail are two of the more popular destinations. The most popular way to enjoy the beauty of North Cascades National Park is to hike some of the 400 miles of amazing trails that vary from short scenic walks suitable for families to steep and challenging climbs. The highest peak is Good Mountain. One of the most popular destinations for visitors is hiking through the scenic Cascade Pass. Along the way you can enjoy excellent bird and wildlife watching, camping, picnicking, fishing, or even cycling. You can also go on a guided walk with a ranger or attend an interpretive talk, which is great for younger visitors, or attend a class at the North Cascades Institute at the new Environmental Learning Center. The North Cascades Institute within the park offers educational opportunities and overnight visits. Hike or drive to Mount Baker, a volcano located within the North Cascades, to get an unparalleled view of the nearby Mount Shuxon, which is perhaps the most photographed peak in all of North America. Bordering the southern edge of the national park, Lake Chelan National Recreation Area is home to one of the deepest lakes in the country and provides a stunning backdrop for the mountain town of Stehekin. To give your legs a rest from hiking, you could jump aboard the Lady of the Lake ferry for a cruise to the historic town of Stehekin, which lies in the center of the Lake Chelan National Recreation Area. The unincorporated community of Stehekin, nestled in the park, is a lovely city getaway with no cell phone reception and limited groceries. In winter, the entire North Cascades National Park is transformed into a snow-covered paradise where you can try your hand at downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing and snowmobiling. Number 4, Leavenworth. Leavenworth is like a little piece of Bavaria that has been relocated to the center of Washington state, complete with scenic mountains, forests and distinctive Bavarian food. After the town of Leavenworth experienced a bust after a boom in the logging industry, city leaders rallied the town and decided to change their image. You can learn all about the history of the town when you visit Der Marktplatz, where you can watch a 30-minute film that describes the transformation. The town was built in 1885, with many of the buildings in Tudor Revival architecture style. Today, the town of Leavenworth proudly recognizes itself as a Bavarian village, and it's common to see residents wearing lederhosen or blowing a morning serenade on an alphorn. The population is only around a couple of thousand people, but hosts lots of tourists year-round. There are many inns and local diners with an intimate, small-town atmosphere. Some of the biggest attractions to Leavenworth are the monthly festivals and events happening in every season. There are several annual festivals, including a holiday lights celebration in December. It's also famous for its traditional Bavarian Christmas celebration, recognized for being an ideal Christmas town. It hosts an annual Oktoberfest celebration, one of the largest outside of Germany. In the summer, the Leavenworth Summer Theater presents open-air shows against a backdrop of the snow-capped Cascade Mountains. There are plenty of things to see and do in Leavenworth, aside from the events. Among the local attractions include the Leavenworth Nutcracker Museum, exhibiting over 5,000 nutcrackers from various eras. Outdoor recreation is also a main tourist draw to Leavenworth, with iconic destinations like the Icicle Gorge and Alpine Lakes Wilderness nearby, home to one of the best hiking trails in Washington state. In summer, you can go whitewater rafting or set off on one of several outdoor adventures. Leavenworth ziplines will lure adventurers while children can enjoy a ride on a horse-drawn carriage or wagon. To the east, the Wenatchee Valley is famed for its apples and hosts the annual Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. The intimate village has a local charm you won't find another community like it in Washington or other parts of the United States, thanks to preservations of its Bavarian village roots. Number 3, San Juan Islands. Forget Seattle. Washington's best-kept secret is the San Juan Islands. In the north of the Puget Sound and close to British Columbia, you'll find the San Juan Islands. It's a series of 172 named islands and reefs in San Juan County. Despite proximity to Canada, they belong to the United States and to Washington state in particular. The islands were disputed in the so-called Pig War dispute between the troops of the United States and Britain. San Juan Island National Historic Park is probably the pick of the Puget Sound bunch when it comes to tourism. The three best islands are also the most popular: San Juan Island, Orcas Island, and Shaw Island. Each of these islands is home to a distinct landscape and a small town feel. The San Juan Islands are an inviting retreat and an escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, offering an abundance of outdoor activities in a stunning landscape. There's no shortage of activities on any island. You can visit a winery, hit an art gallery, go kayaking, or even take a moped tour. Must-see sites include Moran State Park on Orcas Island and Friday Harbor on San Juan Island. The island is also a great location for whale spotting due to the orcas that frequent the Puget Sound area, and daily whale watching tours are available, although you may get lucky and see the impressive mammal from shore. Friday Harbor and Roche Harbor are the two hubs for dining, shopping and sightseeing, and they also offer some commercial flights, boat arrivals and museums. One of the most adventurous things to do in Washington state is to come to the San Juan Islands. Number 2, Mount Rainier National Park. Another national park and another must-visit spot for nature lovers, Mount Rainier has attracted tourists from far and wide since opening its first visitor center in 1880. An iconic Washington landmark seen from miles in every direction, Mount Rainier is the tallest peak in the state. The stunning beauty and dominant presence of Mount Rainier demands that all who see it on their horizon will want to visit in person. And the closer in you get, the more gorgeous the view. Located south of Seattle, Mount Rainier lies at the center of its namesake national park. Mount Rainier National Park is one of the oldest national parks established in 1899. The park also extends to include surrounding areas of meadows, valleys, forests, and a few of the largest glaciers in the continental United States. The entire park is recognized as a National Historic Landmark, with 42 unique sites listed in the National Register of Historic Places. The park predominantly features alpine meadow and tundra landscape with an abundance of wildlife. Some of the most common animals to see in the park's region are black bears, mountain goats, bobcats, cougars, elk, and lots of species of birds. The varying elevations and landscapes of the park make it suitable for diverse ecosystems and habitats. This incredible park is a popular destination to visit throughout the year, but snowy weather limits access to some areas. Over 1 million people visit Mount Rainier National Park every year. Mount Rainier National Park is accessible to all who wish to experience it, even if you're not up for a hike. Much can be experienced on a driving tour, with frequent stops at scenic viewpoints. Some of the top activities in the park include hiking along the miles of trails winding throughout the park, mountaineering to ascend the summit of Mount Rainier, and backcountry skiing during the winter season. Those who wish to explore the mountain landscape up close will find hikes that range from easy to difficult, from a few minutes to several days. Two areas of particularly stunning interest include the Sunrise and Paradise regions of the park. The road to Paradise is open, weather permitting, year-round, allowing visitors to reach high elevations for hiking in summer and snowshoeing in winter. At the Paradise section of the park, you'll see fields of colorful wildflowers and excellent hiking trails. In the Sunrise section, you can drive to the highest vantage point in the park for truly spectacular views. Alongside the Around the Mountain Wonderland Trail, other hiking trails at Mount Rainier National Park tour mountain meadows, massive waterfalls, and groves of ancient forests. Mountaineering and glacier climbing are two recreation options in the park, but Mount Rainier also offers easier hikes. Green Lake Trail, for instance, takes just over an hour and brings hikers through old-growth forest and waterfalls. 4 auto campgrounds comprise some of the best campgrounds at Rainier, as well as several popular spots in the national forest surrounding the park. Other attractions are within easy distance of the park, including Northwest Trek Wildlife Park in Eatonville and the Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad in the little town of Elbe. Visiting this national park is one of the best things to do in Washington state, packed with fun, excitement, and plenty of activities. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1. Olympic National Park. To see a lush green rainforest and a rugged mountain range in a single destination, try the Olympic National Park. The Olympic National Park in Port Angeles is a great place to enjoy the nature on offer in the state of Washington. From ocean beaches to glaciered mountaintops, Olympic National Park overflows with incomparable scenery. You can experience this and more on a trip to Olympic National Park. Olympic National Park, which is a unique and diverse wilderness preserve, is designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a Biosphere Reserve. The Pacific Northwest is associated with thick forests, majestic waterfalls, and towering mountain ranges. Within the park there are mineral springs and cool clear water for natural swimming, as well as accommodation in comfortable lodges. The park is truly impressive feat of nature. One of 3 national parks in the state of Washington, the Olympic National Park is home to one of the few temperate rainforests, the Hoh Rainforest, in the nation, as well as the Olympic Mountains and the Olympic Hot Springs. The park is the perfect place to escape from the busy city and enjoy the serenity of the great outdoors. It encompasses almost 1 million acres and several ecosystems. The park covers most of the Olympic Peninsula, and roads only circle the park with a scenic drive on United States 101, never cutting through the park's mountainous heart. Hiking is the most popular and natural way to explore, and there are trails suitable for all fitness levels, including strenuous backpacking trails from one campsite to the next. One of the most popular attractions, Mount Olympus, is home to some of the best hiking and backpacking trails in the state. Some of the must-see attractions include Sol Duck Falls and the Sol Duck Salmon Cascades. You can rent a mountain bike or kayak, canoe or paddleboard to explore the tranquil lakes. For the less energetic or physically fit, there are 3 lake cruises on Lake Quinault each day and a coach tour of the Quinault Rainforest, which will give you an opportunity to see plenty of wildlife including black bears. The bird watching is excellent and fishing is very popular on all the lakes. Looking for the beach? Try the Kalalich Beach along the Pacific coastline. Clear blue water and stunning scenery awaits in the park's Lake Crescent, and some of the most amazing views you can see straight from your car are found along the road known as the Coastal Strip. Iconic coastal areas like Ruby and Rialto Beach define the rugged western edge of the park, only a short drive away from the oversized trees and abundant foliage found in the Hoh rainforest. Other popular attractions at the park include the snowy peaks of Hurricane Ridge and the welcoming waters of Sol Duck Hot Springs. The park's Hurricane Ridge can be visited on a long day trip from Seattle. At Sol Duck Hot Springs Resort, you can relax in 3 hot mineral pools and 1 freshwater pool, or treat yourself to a relaxing poolside massage. The hiking trails of Olympic National Park traverse many different landscapes, including a hall of mosses and the family-friendly Rainier Falls. An absolute must-do hike for all ages, the Hoh River Trail explores the rainforest and river corridor with a flat path for 13 miles before ascending to the lateral moraine of Blue Glacier on Mount Olympus. Winter transforms Olympic National Park into a snowy wonderland, and skiing and snowboarding is available at Hurricane Ridge Ski and Snowboard Area. For excellent places to spend the night, the campgrounds of Olympic National Park put visitors close to the awe-inspiring scenery presented by this wild western region of Washington. If you wish to explore several sections of the park, plan to spend at least 3 days on a multi-day loop around the Olympic Peninsula. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchZilla and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.